Hi, it's Tigger from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Tigger and the Apple Tree from 1990. So let's get started. It was a bright fall morning, the shorter morning Winnie the Pooh liked best. He sat on his doorstep in the warm sunshine and hummed a little tune. Suddenly, Pooh saw Rabbit trotting along the path. Rabbit was carrying a basket. He looked worried and hurried. Pooh stopped his humming. "Good morning, Rabbit," he said. "Where are you going? It's just a hurry. And why are you carrying that basket?" "Good morning, Pooh Bear," said Rabbit. "This is my apple picking basket. The apples on the tree down the path are nice and ripe, and I am going to pick them. Then I'll make my special applesauce with honey for my young cousins. They are coming to visit today." Pooh thought about applesauce. He was very fond of applesauce, especially applesauce with honey in it. "Let me help you," said Pooh. He hurried along with Rabbit. When they got to the apple tree, Pooh and Rabbit began to pick the apples. It was easy to reach the ones on the lower branch. Soon the two friends had picked almost all of them. That's it. When Pooh began to wonder and worry, "How many apples do we need?" he asked Rabbit. "A bucketful," said Rabbit. "My grandma recipe starts out, take one bucket of apple." With that, Rabbit jumped up and picked the last ripe apple on the last low branch. "Rabbit, we have a problem," said Pooh. "The bucket is still mostly empty." "We must pick the apple from the higher branches if we want to fill the bucket," said Pooh. "One of us will have to climb the trees." Just as Pooh said this, Roo came hopping by. He was in time to hear Rabbit say, "Climb the tree." "Oh, would you, Pooh? That's very good of you. Can you climb that big tree, Pooh?" squawked Roo. "Can you?" Tigger bounced across the meadow. Then he was singing about the wonderful things Tigger do. Then he saw Pooh and Rabbit and Roo. He stopped bouncing and he stopped singing. Pooh looked up at the apple tree. "Do I really say I would climb that very high tree?" he asked. "You did, Pooh," cried Roo. "You said that." Roo turned to Tigger. "He said that, Tigger? Pooh is going to climb to the top and pick all the apples." "Climb that little tree," said Tigger. "Why, that's nothing. Just watch the way a Tigger gets to the top." "You mean you'll climb the tree, Tigger?" asked Pooh. He looked very happy to hear this. "Oh, I won't climb," said Tigger. "I'll bounce up there. It's what Tigger do." "Don't listen to him, Pooh," said Rabbit. "You know how Tigger brags. You know how he starts things and doesn't finish them." Pooh heard what Rabbit had said, and he did warn Tigger not to forget to pick the apples while he was bouncing. "Don't forget, Tigger, Rabbit needs the apple to make applesauce with honey," Pooh said. "Don't be silly. Tigger never forget," Tigger said. He bounced a big bounce and picked an apple. Roo cheered, and Pooh looked even happier. "We are going to be sorry, Pooh Bear," warned Rabbit. "Tigger will ruin things somehow. He always does." "Not always," said Pooh. "Besides, someone has to pick the highest apple. Otherwise, you won't have enough apple to make applesauce." All right," said Rabbit. "But you do know what a show-off Tigger is. Remember what happened with the bee tree?" "What happened?" asked Roo. Tigger was trying to get a paw full a paw full of honey in one bounce, Rabbit explained. He got stuck in the tree, and the bees got upset. And then the bees started heading for me. That's just show that bees are not very smart, said Tigger. He bounced again, and Roo laughed. Kinga came along just then. Roo there. Not so loud, you wake Owl. I'm awake, said a low, grumpy voice. It was Owl. He flew to sit on the fence near the apple tree. He rubbed the sleep from his eyes. Tigger did a backward somersault in the air. My word, said Owl. Isn't Tigger remarkable? Tigger are remarkable, laughed Tigger. He bounced onto Owl's front porch and rang Owl's doorbell, even though he knew Owl was not at home. I knew it, cried Rabbit. Didn't I tell you? He doesn't care about Apple. He just wants to show off. Just then Piglet came running up to the path. What's all the shouting about? Asked Piglet. It's about Tigger, called Tigger. Looked at me. He bounced into the air and did 2 backward somersaults. Eeyore had come along in time to see Tigger tricks. That's wonderful, said Eeyore. If that's the sort of thing that makes you happy, it would make me happy if Tigger would pick those apples, complained Rabbit. So Tigger bounced again. This time he picked an apple with his toes. He dropped the apple into Rabbit's basket. Suddenly Rabbit felt hopeful. Prepare for once, Tigger would finish what he had begun. Perhaps he would pick all the apples like a sensible animal. But Tigger was not a sensible animal. He could not just pick apples. He had to pick apples without looking. He had to pick apples while he did somersaults. He had to pick apples with his back to the tree. Every time he picked an apple, Piglet shouted, "Hooray!" Roo cried, "Higher, Tigger, bounce higher." Be careful, Tigger, said Rabbit. You'll get hurt. You'll smash the apple too. Look, Rabbit, there are only 2 apples left at the top of the tree. If Tigger can pick those, your basket will be full, said Pooh. What do you mean, if I can pick them? Said Tigger. I can't miss. I can do it with my eyes shut. Oh no, Tigger, cried Rabbit. Not with your eyes shut. Watch what you are doing, Tigger. But Tigger did not listen. He leaped into a fence and balanced there. He closed his eyes, then he bounced. It was a wonderful bounce. Up Tigger flew higher and higher. Up he flew to the very top of the apple tree. He landed on a slender, swaying branch that bent under his weight. At first, Tigger did not feel the bending and swaying. He picked the last 2 apples. He tossed them down to Pooh. Tigger watched the apple drop. They fell and fell. Suddenly, Tigger saw how high up he was. Suddenly, he felt the branch bending under him. He held tight to the tree and didn't move. Come down, Tigger, cried Piglet. The basket is full. Tigger could not come down. He could not let go of the tree. I don't know. Well, I didn't know it was so high when I bounced up here, he wailed. That's what comes of not watching what you are doing, scored Rabbit. If you would look before you bounce, you'll see how high things are. Take your time, said Eeyore. He was trying to be of help. Climb down slowly. I can't, moaned Tigger. If I climb, I could slip. If I slip, I might fall. Slipping and falling are not what Tigger do best. Suddenly, there was a horrid cracking noise. Oh no, cried Tigger. It's breaking. Bounce down, Tigger, called Pooh. It's the way you got up there. I can't, cried Tigger. When I see how far down it is, I get dizzy. Then shut your eyes so you can't see, said Pooh. The branch cracked again. Hurry, shouted Pooh. Tigger squeezed his eyes shut. He counted 1, 2, 3. Then he bounced off the branch. I can't look, moaned Rabbit. Down came Tigger, down, down, down. He landed right in Rabbit Bucket. He made a wet, squashy sort of sound, but he wasn't hurt in the least. Roo and Piglet cheered. There, said Pooh. I knew you could do it. Rabbit opened his eyes. He saw Tigger climb out of the bucket. Tigger had bits of apples all over him. My apple, cried Rabbit. You smashed my apples, and there are no more in the 100-acre woods. My young cousin will be here soon. I have no applesauce with honey for them. Kinga smiled. No harm done, Rabbit, she said gently. In fact, Tigger had done half of the work for you. Done half of my work? Echoed Rabbit. He smashed all my apples. That's what he done. Exactly, said Kinga. You have to do that yourself to make applesauce, wouldn't you? Your applesauce will just be fine, said Pooh. I have extra honey at home. Would you like it? I'll run and get it for you. Rabbit blinked. Then he began to smile. Why, thank you very much, Pooh Bear, he said. Thank you, Kinga and Tigger. Thank you, Tigger. Rabbit took the applesauce home and Rabbit took the apples home and made his applesauce with honey. Pooh helped. He bought extra honey and tasted to make sure the applesauce was just right. When Rabbit's young cousin arrived, Rabbit had everything ready for them. He had everything ready for his friends, too. He couldn't have made the applesauce without them. Everyone ate 2 dishes of applesauce with honey. Some ate 3 because it tasted so good. Everyone cheered for Rabbit because he had made applesauce, and everyone cheered for Tigger because he had picked the apple. Tigger bounced a big bounce to show Rabbit's young cousin how he did it. But from now on, he said with a great big wink for Rabbit, I'll keep my eyes open when I bounce. So that was Tigger and the Apple Tree from 1990. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.